make an intention before you start learning. So it kind of ties into know what you're going to learn in the second part, like do the review. But also the intention is whenever if you're starting this book or if you start going to this event or a seminar, if you're going to in a meetup, anything,
Yeah.
have the intention before that when I go there, these are the people that I will connect and these are the things that I will learn from them. And these are the things that I'll be taking away from me. If this is the book I'm picking up, if I'm picking up Tim Ferriss's book or if I'm picking Peter Thiel's book, I want to take out what was his business strategy
Yep.
and like mainly focus on those things and
Yep.
start with the intention. So when
Massive.
you finish that thing, you don't have to go back and look for it.
Everyone wants to learn faster. No shit, right? Because that's just how you do things, right? Why not accelerate how fast you learn? Because that can save you, instead of what you could take you potentially 1 year, could take you 2 months.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go
Faster
through...
you learn, faster you earn.
Oh, shit. Another t-shirt. Hashtag...
This is actually from this other guy whose brain course we did.
Jim Quick.
Jim Quick.
All right, so we're going to quickly go through. We've come up with 5 ways that you can use very simple, practical tips on how to learn faster. Some of them you're going to be like, oh, shit, that is so simple, and I never thought about it, right? And so we're just going to dig in, and then we're going to go a little bit into them afterwards. It's going to be nice and quick. So first one.
Let's just jump into it. The first one is the one you told me, so maybe you're the better person to tell us about this.
Done. All right. So every single time that you are going in to listen to a podcast, you are going to read a book or somewhere that you're going to actually learn, right after, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to actually write down 3 things that you took away. What are the 3 biggest things? You may have more, fantastic, but we're just going to aim for 3, right? Mm-hmm. So what that's going to do is a couple things. First of all, you're going to actually be able to, you're going to be present because you know you have to come up with 3 things. So you're going to really have to pay attention because you're like, shit, when I'm done, I need to make sure I've got 3.
Yeah.
So not only that, then when you're done, you actually lock in, you pay attention and you write them down. You are solidifying in your brain exactly what you learned, right?
Yeah.
And so when you put that pen on the paper, you have to think about it again. And so you're really ingraining it. And I've still got I showed you this morning, the book podcasts.
Yeah.
I've got almost a year's worth of them. And now I can go back and reread anything. And it's also a shortcut to say, shit, I remember reading that one.
Yeah.
What is that about?
And sometimes you just need those bullet points to remember everything else. So it's like you read a few lines and then you remember everything else you read around it too.
Massive. Yeah.
That's really a big one which I need to implement myself on it.
Well, I haven't gone. I stopped since then, so that's why I'm like, all right, let's get back.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one, which is kind of like basically knowing before what you're learning if it's worth learning that too or not.
Yep.
So if it's a book that you want to read, which is gonna take you a month, maybe start with a YouTube video for a sneak peek of. There's so many YouTube videos for those sneak peeks you can see out there. There's an app called Blinkist in which you can read the book summaries, head away. In all these apps, you can have a bit of summary what the book is about and what it's gonna actually teach you. Because it has happened to me that I started a book and I thought it'll get better, and then it was just all shit all throughout. But I had to finish it. And you have to finish it, and then you're like, I wish I didn't waste my time on it. So you save your time, and you actually will be able to learn faster. What are you going to learn when you know like this is gonna teach me this things, and this is what I'll be taking like points for. So that's a massive one to learn.
I think we can do that with anything actually. Like if you're going to start, a new course, if you're going to start, it's like brief overview, like really learn like, okay, what is this going to do for me? What am I going to get in the course? Yeah,
like if you're doing a Udemy course or anything, other course, you can always look at the points. What are they touching in this thing? And do they really like connect to you? Is it useful to you? Because no point of starting a course for like 40 hours if the content you want is only 1 hour in that or not in that. Whereas you can just do a content that you want for 2 hours, and that's more optimum for you.
Exactly.
So you save more time and you learn better on those things.
Love it. So simple, right? Preview. Instead of doing, walking up the whole 1,000 flight of stairs to see something that you might not potentially like, find out what you're going to go and see first.
Yeah.
Number 3 was one that you taught me. And
it was a brain game changer.
No joke. I was like, I just sat there thinking, how could I have never even known this existed? I came in, you were at work, this is when we first met, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, man, what are you listening to? Because it was so fast. You're listening to a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Or was it, no, I think it was like, Udemy.
Yeah, it was a course. Yeah, I was doing an online course at
It
work.
was just like super fast speed. And I'm like, do you understand that? And you're like, yeah, it's on 2x speed. And I'm like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? What is that?
And anyway, so you can 2x speed your videos, your freaking audio, your podcasts. And so what would normally take 30 minutes, if, again, sometimes it's really tough. Like you've got to actually leave it at 1 speed, sometimes 1.5. But most stuff, you find that the information, man, you just put it up to 2x speed. Yeah, go on your Spotify plays, iTunes, all of that. This video. No, don't do that.
Don't do it. I'll sound like a chipmunk.
Actually, he's quite fast. Yeah, he talks fast. So 1.5, you know what I mean? Listen to him, 2x. Yeah. And you just speed up your time. You're like, man, I don't have enough time to listen to a podcast today. Yes, you do. You know what I mean?
And like once in the beginning, you would think like, oh, you're not getting anything. But once you get used to it, normal audio feels like slower. Like now I listen to normal information, I'll be like, fucking get to the point. Some videos when you go on some courses and stuff, they don't have that speed option, and that annoys me.
Yeah, that is actually, and you know what? Like what you actually just said, this is another point on it, but that's brain training. Yeah. So I realize now that in the beginning I struggled a little bit. Yeah. But now when I listen to 2x, it's so normal that I wish that I could almost do another bump up on it. Because I'm like, that is now become the new norm. So when I listen to someone normally talking, not only do I say get to the point, it feels like they're talking slow motion. Yeah. And it's just like, man, this is taking forever. Yeah. But
sometimes you wish people can speak 2x.
Dude, I'm like, literally, I've gone to seminars and I'm like, I'm like, wait, Jeremy, get back into real life. All right, number 4. What's number 4, son? Sorry, I made you.
Number 4 is make an intention before you start learning. So it kind of ties into know what you're going to learn in the second part, like do the review. But also the intention is if you're starting this book, or if you start going to this event or a seminar, if you're going to in a meetup, anything, have the intention before that. When I go there, these are the people that I will connect, and these are the things that I will learn from them. And these are the things that I'll be taking away from me. If this is the book I'm picking up, if I'm picking up Tim Ferriss's book, or if I'm picking Peter Thiel's book, I want to take out what was his business strategy, and like mainly focus on those things, and start with the intention. So when you finish that thing, you don't have to go back and look for it. Like one, you will have the points if you do the same thing with the points, but also sometimes there's too much gold there and all the points might not be useful for you. So if you already have the intention that which points do you actually need from it, like there's sometimes 1,000 pages books.
Correct, yeah.
But
you're going to laser focus on exactly
and
what
you want these points, and then you go with that intention, and automatically your brain will be more alert. When you're reading those sections, you will be more like alert reading those, and
it's a little bit like number 1 in a way. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like you said, I think it's like you actually know what you're going to leave with.
Yeah. This also ties in like real life situations. Like if you're going to like a seminar or meeting people in an event or anything, you just, before you go, you just think like, okay, when I come out, I'll have like 3 people I spoke to about this industry. Correct. And what are they doing and how are they growing it, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I think this one can be applied to absolutely everything. Always setting an intention. It's so undermined, but like the example of that is just so, again, if I'm listening to a podcast and it's on, you know what I mean, mindset, or it's on marketing, I want to learn, okay, so when I get in this, I know it's about this, but what exactly do I want to walk away with? And then I really again, like you said, like, you know, if someone points out yellow car, now all you see is yellow car. So it really just allows you to see and specifically be there and present. I think that's a massive one. Next one is this one's something that, you know, I think I took a long time to understand. Number 5 is, after you learn, after you read something, after you hear something, someone tells you something, that information will go to waste if you do not put it into practice, test it, experience it, and then say, okay, either, hey man, I'm great at this, or I'm not great at this, so how can I get better? And then the next stage to that is, not only do you practice and experience it, then you start refining the learning, like what we're doing with crypto. I'm playing around with crypto. I'm like, dude, I'm losing. Why? What's my strategy? I'm balling. So I was looking around, like this is one example live. And I'm like, in my head, the whole train ride home, You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, Jeremy, what you're doing is not working. What's another way? So I did the experience part. Cool. I found out I lost. Amazing, right?
Yeah.
So now next part is, okay, come up with this. Write it down. What can I do better from there? And then it's honestly, it's refining. Then I'll practice what I wrote down.
Yeah.
And then again, I'll say, okay, well, here's what I missed. And again and again and again.
Yeah.
And I feel number 5 is the best gold mine for all of them.
Yeah.
But if you don't put the other ones into practice, you won't even know what to practice.
Yeah. And I think this also has to be like in any sense, whatever if you jump into the field doing those things, like if you read 1,000 things before investing, you would not know as much as you're doing when you're actually in it and doing those things.
Exactly.
Some people just read thousands of books and they never do it.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm saying it's great that they read all those books, but if they don't implement it, things fade away. I've read so many books and I forget things which I'm not putting into practice.
No, that's true.
Like, and when you are doing few things, then you remember, but when you in the thing, then you are experiencing it live properly.
Exactly.
And then those things you take away longer term and you stick with you longer.
And it's real, right?
Yeah, and then also experiencing on, like, you can also do like start the things and then learn on the way, on the go. Like if
that's the best way.
Yeah.
I think that's actually the best way, because I think
don't like too much think like you have to know 100%. Just if you know 30-40%, jump in and then start doing it.
agree.
Yeah, even if it's a job or anything,
Just get in, learn,
get in,
and then keep going, adjust as you are there, right? Like keep recorrecting. I think actually in saying that, it's like that's the you have to find out what is your end goal of learning this. Is it just because you want to say I know this?
Yeah.
Do you just want to feel your ego and say I know this? Is it maybe because you want to chat to people and have that experience? Maybe some people do that, networking.
Yeah.
Perfect. But is it because you want to actually get good at something? The only way to do it is practice.
Yeah.
And I know that I used to read so much and I used to do all these things and learning, and I never tested anything. And I realized just how much of a waste that was.
Yeah.
Because there was so much that went to waste in here. It will recall sometimes, but I haven't put it to practice.
Yeah.
So technically, you know, even if I just started then and I only learned 30%, I would actually be way ahead of where I was.
Yeah, true.
Because that's where the real learning comes. What's the practical side of
execution is everything.
Massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
So let's sum it up real quick. So whenever you start learning, have your points ready. Whatever you want to learn from, take the points out from there.
Yeah.
Before you pick up any book or any course, read their reviews or look at their small previews on Blinkist and other apps. You can listen to things on 2x speed. Before you go into anything, make an intention what you want to learn from that.
Yeah.
And after learning a little bit, just jump in and experience it yourself and you'll learn faster.
Done. And you want to get all this, hit us up on, so you're going to find the blog from sofa2success.com/learn faster.
And if you have your own tips, we would like to know, because we are still learning too. So if you have something that you imply, just comment, let us know. Come on the site, send us a message on the contact form, and we really like that engagement. If we can learn something from you guys, and if you learn something from us, let us know too, that if it's been helpful.
Perfect. Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.